Good morning to doctor and my fellow friends. My name is Devi Anaprapanetinasamy with metric number 261518. Today, I am going to present on topic India shedding tears over onion prices. Okay, now I am going to describe more on introduction part. Okay, as we all know, supply is an economic concept that describes on the total amount of a specific good or services that available to consumers. Supply can relate to the amount available at a specific prices or amount available at a range of prices that shown in graph. Okay, from the data, it shows that Maharashtra state that located in India is the largest producer of onions in the world. From the India Express, the report showed that the limited stock of onions in India caused the higher prices nowadays. So, to overcome this issue, Government of India has decided to exclude the onions from the list beside potatoes, edible oils and oilseed because of lower demand from other countries. The higher prices of onions caused some country in the world did not want to import the onions. Okay, some of the source said that the loss of Kharif onion is caused by heavy rain in north of Karnataka, which is started on September 9. Okay, from the sources of India Times, the reporters report that onion merchants say that it is impossible that the fresh onion will arrive in 3 months. 3 months. Okay. From the case study, some of the restaurants also replaced the onions with carrots and pumpkins because of higher prices. Some of the consumers were angry and blamed government for not taking the strict action to overcome this problem. The consumer also added the government did not apply the right policy to overcome this problem. They also suggest that India not use the onions for the benefit of their head, but they use for add taste in their meal. Because of this, the consumers who are poor also can afford to buy the onions. The sudden changes in price cause people to replace it by pumpkin puree that is not very close substitution for onion. Okay, a small change in price does not have a large effect in quantity demand. The government who only focus to export onions during Rabi seasons also face the shortage of onion supplies. Okay, so in this assignment, we are going to discuss more on the factor affecting the supply of onions, which is price of good, price of other goods, cost of production, and government intervention. That's all from me. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum. My name is Nur Akhila Shazwani bint Rahim. My meter number is 252832. The first problem is lack of proper storage facilities. For information, Maharashtra state produce 25 until 30% onion of the total production on the country. Maharashtra state contributes about 80 to 85% in the total onion export. Out of the total onion production in the state, 10 until 15% onion production is in Kharif season, while 30 to 40% production is late Kharif and 50 to 60% production is Rabi or summer season. Generally, onion produced in Kharif and late Kharif season is not suitable for storage, while onion produced in the summer season can be stored up to 5 until 6 months. And it can be brought in the market during rainy season, for example from June to October. With the shortage of onion supply in country, the price of onion will naturally increase because the government are more focused on export during Rabi season until they neglect the increasing domestic demand of the onions. Due to the lack of proper storage facilities, most farmers will carry onions directly to the market and unload their entire stock within 1 month of harvesting. As a result of the market surplus, prices in April and May are very low, which adversely affects farmers' earnings. Wholesale traders store onions, but in a conventional and non-scientific way. Supply will be limited in the months to come and prices will grow rapidly and dramatically. This leads to discontent among consumers as well as among farmers. For solution, we suggest to investing in warehouse infrastructure. This problem could be addressed by investing in the warehouse infrastructure in the country, which can also aim to aid storage facilities for other kinds of agriculture commodities. As claimed by Sokoli Research, implementing high-quality warehouses into the farming practices can serve as a very tangible boost to the efficient indicators of such a farm. In the case of onions in India, cold storage facilities would be helpful in order to optimize the warehousing processes of such a highly perishable commodity as the Indian onion varieties. The economic viability of the crop is claimed to be influenced by pest and disease infestation, which tangible hinder the indicators of economic viability of the crop. In addition, we suggest building bamboo storage for the onion. Bamboo storage structure with central hollow was found better and lesser extent of losses by way of spoilage and sprouting during storage. For example, Vegaya pachari is constructed in level fields by placing equal-sized rectangular stones to act as load barrier, kept at a distance of 2 feet in between each stone. Okay, that's all for me. Thank you.
Good day, doctor. My name is Yong Yiteng, and my metric number is 2711563. I'm from Group I. Now I will continue my part. Problem: natural conditions, pest and disease infestation. In Maharashtra, the country's main onion growing region, the kharif crops are adversely affected by various natural factors. Insect pests and diseases are natural factors that play an important role in Indian onion production. Various pests and diseases attack onion crops at different stages, resulting in a sharp decline in production. In addition to the low yield of onion crops, pests and diseases usually have harmful effects during the marketing, processing, post-harvesting, harvesting, and cultivation stages. For example, in Karnataka and Tamil Nadu states, inopportune heavy showers have also affected onion crops in southern India. Overall, it is estimated that 40% of crops have been destroyed. The kharif onion saplings are affected by fungal diseases such as purple anthracnose and purple spots. As a result, the onion crops are generally lost and the poor quality of available products due to the infestation of pests and diseases caused by the heavy rain. Therefore, the kharif onion saplings were affected by this disease and fungus propagation, which caused damage to onion cultivation in India. The impact of disease invasion is reducing onion production levels. This situation leads to a reduction in the supply of onions, which means that a smaller quantity of onions will be supplied or delivered at any given price. So, the supply curve will shift to the left, and this problem has led to a surge in onion prices in the Indian market. The solution to tackle this problem is government subsidies. The government should provide production subsidy to the onion farmers to encourage the production of the onions. So, the farmers will benefit from lower production costs and selling at the maximum prices, and able to continue to grow more onions to ensure that the onions are supplied adequately at all times. And the consumers will be able to access and afford the onions at lower prices in the Indian market. So, the cost of production decrease will increase the quantity supply of onions. Both producer surplus and consumer surplus will increase. However, there are negative impacts. If the government subsidizes the price of onions, it brings the price of onions to decrease and the consumer's demand increase. The price reduction is a benefit for the consumer initially, but it leads to a supply shortage of onions because the farmers had to meet with the sudden increase in demand, and thus, the overconsumption from consumers cannot get the onions in their area with a lower price or initial market price because of onions shortage. Ultimately, this leads to outrageous demand and a spike in onion prices. That's all from me. Thank you.
Good day, madam. My name is Liu Jing and my matrix number is 2699995. Now I'm going to continue the presentation with the third problems that affecting the supply of onion in India and the solutions. The third problem is the seasonal problems. In India, the three main seasons of onion productions is Kharif, late Kharif, and Rabi. Most of the onion production is on Rabi seasons, which contribute to 70% of the total crops. Varieties of the onion that produce on Rabi have an excellent storage quality within 4 to 6 months. However, Kharif onions can only store for 1 month because of the harvesting period of onion. Most of the farmers in India will directly sell their crops to the market within 1 month after harvested onion because onion is a highly perishable commodity. In April and May, the quantity supply of the onions is more than quantity demanded. This is an excess supply of onions in the markets, which affect the farmers' earning. In these situations, the farmer cannot sell all of the onions produced, and this will induce them to lower the price of onions. Thus, the price of onions become lower in April and May. Some of the wholesale traders will store the onions to make the supply become limited in the following month. So, to solve these problems, government can impose duty on import to ensure a fair price to onion farmers and to prevent an excess supply in the market. India governments can try to restrict the onions import by imposing an import duty based on the season. In April and May, an import duty can be imposed to protect the local farmers' earning. When the government imposes the import duty, the onion supply by other countries will decrease and local farmers can sell their crops to the market without the excess of supply of the onions. So that's all from me, and my friend will continue with the other problems that affecting the supply of onions. Thank you.
My name is Huang Lingmiao. My magic number is 257233. The onion crisis is powerful that the government could arguably intervene in prices through physical and tax means. But onions are household commodity involving more than billion people, and the Indian government can't afford to intervene financially in the first place. Second, the technically difficult to intervene on such a large scale, either by subsidizing producer to fix prices or by subsidizing consumers to make them more resistant to rise prices. Banning export was government's first choice in order to preserve the popular vote of Indian consumers. Data shows that between March and September 2020, the price of onions in India retail markets doubled from Rs 15 to 20 per kg to Rs 35 to 14 per kg. The retail prices of onions is likely to reach Rs 100 per kg by the end of October. According in the Agriculture Market Council of India, the is pressures on domestic markets. A ban on onion export has been reintroduced. However, the ban was met with some immediate opposition. The ban affects not only India's domestic market but also neighboring countries. Onion price in Bangladesh jumped by more than 15% on the second day of this year's ban. In addition to Bangladesh's onion prices is countries such as Malaysia, Nepal, and Sri Lanka have also been affected by India's export ban. In fact, the price from many vegetables in India, especially onions, is rising. So, agricultural experts saying importing onions would be only effective way curb prices. India last year's per imported onions from China, Afghanistan, Afghanistan, in Iran, and other is pursued on domestic markets, but large-scale imports are unlikely because few production countries have surplus surplus large enough to meeting India demand.
Now, I'm going to conclude our assignment. To conclude, the crops of onions in India caused by many factors. This caused the supply of onions in India decrease. The supply shock that caused in India affect the onion crops. The kharif crops in Maharashtra is affected by fungal diseases which is called purple botch. The heavy downpours and humid climate make the spraying pesticides activity to no point. The clogging during the monsoon season also spread the infection to everywhere. Next, the lacking proper storage facilities caused the country did not have enough durable rabi crop in storage. The price of onions also increased although the consumption by consumers in all area decreased. So, this causes the expenditure to increase. Besides that, the restaurant owners who substitute the onions with cabbage, carrots, and pumpkins in their dishes causes the price of other goods decrease. So, the government provides the minimum support prices to farmers to curb the production of agriculture sectors. So, in this assignment, we provided three recommendations. The first recommendation is subsidy. The government need to provide subsidy to solve the problems of disease infestation. Second, the farmers need to improve the technology in agriculture. And third, the government need to do research and development activity from time to time. That's all from us. Thank you.